Like farmers everywhere, orchardists in Victoria are looking for new ways to save water and reduce costs without reducing profitability. Over the past few seasons, growers have tried a range of different strategies to reduce irrigation after the fruit has been picked. While some of these actions may have saved water, they also appear to have impacted the following season's yield. The Department of Primary Industries in Tatura is now investigating the best strategy for irrigating fruit trees after harvest, and recently held a field day at Shepparton to bring growers up to date on the latest research. The DPI has established trial plots at 2 local orchards. The first orchard is in East Shepparton, where the impact of different irrigation strategies on Williams pears is being monitored. The other orchard is in Toolamba, where the impacts on 204 peaches are being investigated.
The main reason why we're doing this work is to try and come up with innovative and new ways that we can save water. Obviously with the drought, there's big problems with high water costs and growers are having to pay a lot of money to buy irrigation water. So if we can come up with ways that they can cut back on how much irrigation they have to apply and still be able to maintain productivity and quality of their fruit, then that's a real bonus, and obviously going to save them a lot of money in the long term. We've been obviously doing this work because there's very little available both internationally and locally. If you go through the literature and the research that's been published with respect to pears, there's really nothing at all on post-harvest, the effect of post-harvest water deficits on productivity and fruit quality in the following season. So it's a very important bit of work that has basically never been attempted to be done before.
Trees in the trial plots are receiving the same amount of water as normal grower practice. Half as much water, twice as much water, and no water. The impact of these different water application rates is being closely monitored, both from the ground and from the air. This blimp, for example, is sent up above the orchard to take thermal photographs of the trees. When trees are water stressed, their sunlit leaves become hot, and the aerial photographs taken from the blimp record the temperatures. There is also extensive research at ground level.
Well, we're using 2 instruments to measure the tree stress. The first is known as a diffusion barometer, and that allows us to measure the amount of water vapour that's being released from the leaves, which is an indication of how much water the tree is using. The second one is known as a pressure chamber. We get a leaf and put it in a chamber and pressurise the chamber, and the reading that comes out as lets us know how stressed the tree is by a high reading meaning that it's very stressed, a low reading meaning it's not. Gypsum blocks that are in the ground at 3 depths, 30, 60 and 120 centimetres, and they're reading the soil moisture.
A key to the ongoing success of this research project has been the involvement and input of local growers.
Working with the local growers is very important to be able to do this sort of work. And it does provide a really good avenue for extension of the results as well, because we are doing it on growers' properties. We're not having to, remain in our little patch of dirt at a research institute like we used to do things, where we do the research and then it's another step, another process to get it out in the community. On site like this is tremendous.
Monitoring of these trees is ongoing and will include the measurement of flower development, fruit set and fruit quality at harvest.
Obviously we've just applied these irrigation treatments post-harvest this season, and we've been measuring how much stress are on those trees during this particular post-harvest period, and it's not until next year where we'll be measuring the productivity and measuring the yield of these trees that we'll really start to see if there is an effect of these different levels of irrigation on long-term productivity and quality of the fruit. So it's really at its first stages of the experiment, and we'll be able to provide those results to the growers hopefully early next season when we start looking at fruit number and the potential yield of these trees.